Hey y'all, what a morning. I just got off from work about half an hour ago. And what was once a pretty downtown Albuquerque, parts of it is like a war zone. You know, if for those of you who didn't see the damage of what happened in Albuquerque, I want you to go on my Facebook Live archives. Go to my chat. I'm gonna go to facebook.com/, The Real Lions Den, to check out my Facebook Live about what happened. When I was um, when I came off the bus, you know, I just got off from work, like I said, and it was. I mean, I see a lot of damage from the riot last night. I saw graffiti. What I never saw. I mean, Albuquerque got a little graffiti, but I've never seen anything this big in my life. Across the street from where you have the buses and everything. Hey Donna, how's it going? There's a bus and there's this train that goes back and forth between Albuquerque and Santa Fe. So there's a bridge. There's a bridge there. They even put graffiti there. Um, I saw F the police, Black Lives Matter, justice for George Floyd. I saw all of that in one area. And across the street, it's like really nice apartments. It's like I think it was a hotel and apartments. I think right across the street was like a nice restaurant but that's been damaged. And I wish you guys can check out my Facebook Live. I could have posted it on YouTube. I didn't on YouTube Live. I didn't get a chance to because police is acting feeling some type of way when person records on a lot of stuff. So everything is havoc right now. But with that being said, the police Albuquerque police blocking, they're blocking off the entire couple of blocks. They're blocking off streets, different type of streets. You see every cop car there. So Albuquerque is a beautiful city, but last night it was like a war zone. It was like a total war zone. And before I got off the bus, I see smoke, which means somebody set fires, and they probably just took the fire out. But it was just completely smoke. You couldn't hardly see anything. So it's crazy here in Albuquerque. I didn't now. I understand that basically you see cities like DC, New York, Chicago, Miami, LA, with all of this. But I have never in my life, ever since I moved down here, I have never seen this part being awful. I mean, again, ladies and gentlemen, I could have sent you the video of my Facebook Live showing you the damages of what they did to the city. And police here is going on. I mean, they just basically on edge. Wow, you're living in New York. Wow, I mean, you guys got it worse than us. But it's to me like I just couldn't deal with it. I mean, once it was a beautiful city, Albuquerque. Now it became a war zone. It's like police is on. I'm telling you this. I mean, police is blocking off every street corner downtown. It was just like completely blocked. I was on, like I said, Facebook Live early this morning, showing you the aftermath of what happened. I was on Instagram Live, but I wasn't there long, But to be completely honest, it shows that, no matter what city you living in, it's gonna be protests and riots everywhere, justice for George Floyd. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I've never seen Albuquerque like this ever since I moved down here. I've never seen Albuquerque with all the graffiti, F the police. It was a big F the police on a building, and it was smashed windows. There's graffiti on this bridge that I was telling you about. There's another side of in front of the bus stop, not well, it's like a bus station that says "F the police," Black Lives Matter. So I'm telling you, it's crazy right here in Albuquerque. Yeah, you're right, Donna. But here's the thing: Albuquerque, and this is what's so funny about Albuquerque. Starting today, they're reopening. They reopened June 1st, which is today. They started reopening restaurants, hair salons, everything here. And what a way to start a reopening than this. But it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. It's saddened that we starting to see every major city in America in flames. Where you live in New York, Chicago, DC, um, LA, Miami, Houston, Phoenix, Arizona, no matter where you live at, there's riots in every major city. And what's making it so funny, guys, is that people worldwide is watching it too. The world is watching. Like I posted yesterday on Facebook, and again, check it out. Go to facebook.com/, The Real Lions Den. Um, they show countries supporting us, supporting what we're doing. We got the country of Iran. You got Germany. You got England, and you got Hong Kong, China, and now the African Union. I just found out from and shouts out to Dr. Mumbi. She the one that broke the story. The African Union, and by the way, the African Union have never done this before. But the African Union has condemning the United States of killing George Floyd. Seriously, it never happened before. The AU, um, the AU have never done this before. You know, saying what they're saying about how they felt that the treatment of treatment of black people, ADOS in this country, they was totally unacceptable. It was like this is unacceptable. So the world is watching right now, ladies and gentlemen. I think one of my friends was asking, how is that possible? Because some countries got internet too. Some countries got YouTube. So they can watch what's going on here in America. So, you can't hide for. Back in the days, they try to pretend, well, America is a good thing, blah 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 blah. But now, ever since the internet is created, everybody knows what's going on worldwide. So we can't hide anything anymore. And that's why I'm telling you guys that the world is watching. The world is watching, people. So you got South Africa, you got African nations like Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, others are watching us. What's up, Antonio? Welcome to YouTube Live. But everybody's watching us right now. You can't hide anything. Now, back in the days in the civil rights movement, before we all know there's no YouTube, there's no internet. The world, even back then, the world's still watching because it's all on the media, all on the news. Now anybody can find out, anybody can see what's going on. All you have to do is go on YouTube and the video be already on there. I mean, they can't hide nothing. So yeah, the world is watching. You got countries like Australia reporting about the situation with George Floyd. You got countries like France, Germany, Italy. Everybody are now in solidarity with us, and it never happened before. Even Canada is having solidarity with us. As a matter of fact, Toronto, I think Toronto, Vancouver, and parts of the let's see, Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary, parts of Canada already in protest support of us, support of you know in solidarity with George Floyd. So you can't hide anything anymore. You can't. And I've been hearing now that more than 60 reporters have been attacked. Um, and so again, I mean, you got all these countries now seeing what's going on here in America. And I know, and we cannot tell the other countries what they can do with their citizens because they're gonna look at back at us and say, well, wait a minute. Well, you can't tell us what to do because you treating black people, you killing black people, honoring black people, you shot them in the streets. So now, just like in I think a couple of years ago, his President Duarte out of the Philippines, when a reporter to ask him a question about, well, because Duarte, who's the president of the Philippines, was saying they criticized him from shooting drug dealers. That was like, inhumane. But then President Duarte, I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing his last name wrong. But he responded to this reporter and say, well, wait a minute. You cannot tell me what to do with my country because as far as I know, you treating black people bad. You killing innocent black people. And that shut that reporter up real quick. So you see, we can't countries around the world know what we're doing. And so they can't hide anything anymore. Hey, Miss Mohawk, how you doing? You can't hide nothing anymore. It's all out there on the internet. It's on YouTube. You can't hide nothing. All these incidents, even I reported on things when it comes to George Floyd. And it's really funny about George Floyd, the situation there. And I saw a video, someone sent me this video on Facebook. It shows that this guy who's supposed to be an EMT, and it turns out that it's not even an EMT because if, ladies and gentlemen, maybe I'm mistaken at all, but do you know? Have you even noticed an EMT wearing a vest or any bulletproof vest? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I never know anybody, not even EMTs, never wore a bulletproof vest. Because I know for a fact it's not an EMT. So, so it seems to me that it sounds like these one of them law enforcement officers out of the ambulance picked them up. I'm good, Miss Mohawk. Been an interesting morning for me here in Albuquerque, but I'm still good. Um, yeah, it's kind of fun. I want you guys to check that video out, the aftermath after. And I know a lot of people don't want to see that video. I'm just embarrassed to even do a story on it, put a video and do a story on it. But the after George Floyd passed away, you see two guys wearing bulletproof vests, have a gun on the side. And I'm like, these are not EMTs because EMTs never have no bulletproof vest or a gun on the side. So why would an EMT even dress like that? And it turns out that's not even an EMT. It's one of them law enforcement officers. And I want you guys to check it out because and I even shared this on Facebook as well. And I want you guys to look closely when the two guys came out because when I saw the video, I looked at it, I was like, EMTs never wore a bulletproof vest. I never seen EMTs wear a bulletproof vest before, and it turns out that they never wear a bulletproof vest. No, that's impossible. So yeah, I want you guys to check it out. Go to my Facebook, facebook.com/, the real lies den, to check out that video I was telling you about. It was like moments after George Floyd passed away. It was like moments after that. And you see these two guys we all thought were EMTs. And then when we look even closer, and he wore a bulletproof vest and he had a gun on his side, we're like, well, wait a minute. No, ENT would never have a gun or a bulletproof vest on their chest. So it's basically really suspicious there on why would it's supposed to be an EMT, but it looks like a law enforcement officer dragging dragging the body of George Floyd inside the ambulance. And I just looked and I was like, no. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, I had a heck of a morning. Like I said, when I just got off from work, that's when I went downtown Albuquerque. That's when I saw the aftermath of the damages that the protesters did last night. It was, Albuquerque downtown was beautiful, but there, after I saw those damages, I just couldn't believe it. I just in my own eyes, because I saw F the police. It was a big letters of it too. And then I saw BLM, which stands for Black Lives Matter. I've never, don't get me wrong, Albuquerque got little graffiti, but I've never seen this much graffiti ever. When I first moved down here, it was beautiful, not a little graffiti, but now I seen so much graffiti. And before I even got off, to the substation in Albuquerque, there's so much smoke you can hardly see the streets, and you see police cars every block. So they blocked off the entire city. It really blocked off the entire downtown of Albuquerque. Spray painting the churches. Wow, Donna. So you see, people, this is the morning. Like I said, I just got a little bit of breakfast, but it's crazy. It is literally crazy, guys. What I've been experiencing. Oh my goodness, I've never seen Albuquerque like this. You know, I mean, I just, boy. But yeah, I want you guys, if y'all follow me on Facebook, you will see on my Facebook Live, you will see the aftermath of the Albuquerque riots, because that's exactly what it is. It's just crazy. I think once was a hotel, and they just straight up damaged that. It really is. It's like a majority of Albuquerque, the police is just blocked off the entire city. But again, like I said, this ain't the only city. Albuquerque. I heard there's been some disturbance in Santa Fe as well. Um, I heard, yeah, Dad, I heard about that. I heard there's a fire across the street from the White House. I heard about that story. Yeah, I did. Basically, no matter if you live in DC, Philly, New York, Atlanta, Miami, Houston, Dallas, St. Louis, Boston, Seattle, Washington, LA, Oakland, I think heard Santa Barbara got disturbance over there. San Diego, you could say that all major cities across this country feeling riots or had riots, and it been like busted windows. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Every channel you go on, you see disturbances. You see loot. People are looting like crazy. I think I don't know which city it was, but they burned down. I think they burned down a CVS store, and I believe they did burn down a CVS store in Minneapolis. They burned down a police station. They did. I think they really burned out the same police station that, when George Floyd officers were when after he was killed. So ladies and gentlemen, it's crazy right now. But yeah, I mean, yeah, because you got CVS. I think I don't know another a T-Mobile store has been destroyed. And I forgot what city it was that they said they set a T-Mobile on fire, a T-Mobile store on fire. I mean it's crazy, y'all. It's really crazy right now. And boy, I mean I've been seeing riots on TV, but I've never experienced up close the damage of what happened in Albuquerque until today. It is really crazy. It was really ridiculous, guys. And I'm telling you, it's I mean, we gotta look back at it and just shake our heads that, you know, we just hope that ain't nothing happened, but some tells me it's not over. Because remember, even though they got the officer that killed George Floyd, three other officers still free. That's right. They haven't even charged them yet. Oh, I heard about that too, Donna, about what's going on in Brooklyn. In basically so that's been disturbance at near the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. So I heard about that. But yeah, people, it's like when you look at it, every major city in America is in flames. Well, it was in flames. They have to clean up the damages now. And this was the weekend. Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, I saw the incident there. That I'm telling you, man. Wow. And here's what's so funny about it, right? Have any of you guys saw a video where he was a cop, but he's dressed up like one of them thugs, and he broke the window, started a riot in Minneapolis. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if neither one of you guys saw the video, but I did. I mean, this guy is dressed up, wearing black, wearing black ski mask, dressing up like one of them, like one of the thugs, right? So he smashed those windows, thinking, and started this riot. And then the situation in Nashville. Now, there's been the most promised. I mean, it's been I think one of them state houses. Yeah, one historic state houses in Nashville was in flames. And turns out, and guess what's so funny about it, guys? They blaming black people starting this riots. They started. I mean, basically, they blaming black people for starting the riots, and it turns out it was white people that does this crap. I mean, but they finally so Nashville police finally got the guy that burned the Nashville State House. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Donna. Yep, they robbed this. They robbed, and that's another story. They robbed this guy at an Amazon truck at gunpoint. So I heard about that story too. But it's crazy, people. And I think one incident in Minneapolis, it shows. U.S. Postal Service truck, USPS truck in flames. They burned a Postal Service truck. I'm telling you all these stories, man. It's really really crazy right now. They burned. I saw the video. First, they broke into the United States Postal Service truck. Then they set it on fire in Minneapolis. I was like, whoa. And then there's one incident in Salt Lake City. Here's the thing. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I pressed the wrong button. So here's the thing, guys. In Salt Lake City, this white supremacist think he could be a tough guy by using a bow and arrow targeting protesters. You wouldn't believe what happened after that. These protesters, and they're not, and you know it's about Salt Lake City. We already know who runs Salt Lake City. So all these protesters jump at that white supremacist, beating him senseless. And then they stole his car. I think they stole his car and burned it to a crisp. That's in Salt Lake City, Utah. So every story I'm telling you. Again, you got to remember that every incident that happened, it's happening in real time. Yeah, Don, I saw what he said about talking George Floyd. That is very unprofessional on his part, in my opinion. And then, when a reporter, I think he was at a press conference, and when a reporter asked him about George Floyd, he walked out the podium. I've never known any unprofessionalism that walk off the podium like he did. So, and then at first, I saw, and that's what I said. It's like, to me, it's so unprofessional. So, and I think an article, they asked about race relations. He said we never experienced racism. And he came out of his mouth. And I had to laugh at that. To me, that's funny. It's comical because, again, this is just rated ridiculous. It really is. And we talking about another story that happened, and which is a good story actually. Colin Kaepernick is paying, is going to paying, bills, and helping, protesters who was in jail. I think he's one of the celebrities that's doing this. Is paying people out of bail, and so, yeah, what Colin Kaepernick is doing, I think Roger Goodell also made an unprofessional comment about the protesters as well, and I would just basically cuss Roger Goodell out on Twitter and tell her how I feel. Because why would you want to condemn the protesters when you and the NFL owners just kicked Colin Kaepernick out of the league for kneeling? That's what makes it so crazy about it. The NFL players have criminal records. One for domestic violence, the other gun possession, DWI. But basically you brought them back to the league. But Colin Kaepernick has been banned for life for taking a knee for racial injustice. I don't have no respect for Roger Goodell after this. I have no respect for him. Because ain't no way in the world you're going to disrespect the protesters who has a right to protest and express how they feel about George Floyd. And you do not like, you basically didn't like, condemn the protesters? No. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy that different countries around the world that are participating in the protest rallies um, for George Floyd. I'm happy for that. I think more countries need to step forward. Um, so it is, to me. This is basically just straight up. This, I mean, this is. I'm very happy that countries are really stepping in solidarity for George Floyd, for real. And like I said, normally countries would never do that, but I'm just happy that they did that in this case. But yeah, you have any questions you would like to ask? You can go ahead and ask the questions. I would love to answer it. I love reading people's comments. It makes me feel special. So if you have any other questions, or if you have comments on what's going on in your city, do your city have riots and everything else, just leave a comment. Oh, I respect the protesting, not just the rioting, fires, and loot. Yeah, you know what? And you know what's so interesting? Again, you know what's so interesting about it? It's really that when you see, I mean, we already know in history, in the civil rights movement, you see a lot of people, African Americans, marching, protesting, and everything. But you never seen white people in record numbers coming out in protests. In fact, some even hosted protesting. That's that's unusual, but you know. So what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is that I think America has a wake up call. Countries are ready. Okay. Okay. Donna asked a question. Um. How is your governor? How a governor is a female? Okay. We have a female governor here in New Mexico, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and today, June 1st. Hey, what's going on? I'm a loser. Oh, you from New Mexico? Awesome. But here's what I say about New Mexico right now. Today, June 1st, they're reopening all places now, because and they doing still doing distancing. They're opening restaurants, hair salons, barbershops, you name it, shopping malls, you name it. They opening it up now. Everything's reopening, but they still going to keep on doing social distancing. So just because they open, the entire state doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be like the beaches. Everybody be going out wild and out. No, it's not like that here in New Mexico. Um, I think there's a question. I missed the question. So, if somebody redo the question again so I can read it because I missed the question. Yeah, but it's crazy, y'all. We see in mayors all across the country is doing curfews. Some is sending a national guard to their city to restore order. It's crazy out here. It really is. So, is any other questions, guys? Okay, there are. Okay, it said there aren't gonna fall here. People are too lazy to put their man. Oh, okay. Fraser Crane said your opinion and Antifa. Greetings from Germany. Germany in the house. Okay, you want to know about Antifa? My response for Antifa is this. I think, in my opinion, that Antifa. For those of you who don't know what Antifa, it's an organization for anti-fascism that attacks anti-fascist people, right? Or that anti-fascist groups. One thing about Antifa is that they basically don't give a they don't care. They're fear. I mean, one thing about the group is they're fearless. They're ready to fight you. They don't care if they don't even care if it's day or night, in a bar, outside of a shopping mall. They're ready to fight. Okay, Janae said, why are there no riots or protests today? I'm gonna tell you like this. I think they try to shut things down, and you got like I said, you got mayors and governors already issued curfews, and see, you think about Antifa for a second. Antifa started out. This is basically just like Black Lives Matter. George Soros, a billionaire, um, owns Antifa. A lot of people don't know that. They own Antifa like they own Black Lives Matter. So people need to be careful of the groups they're associated with, because you never know what their intentions are. And Antifa, this isn't the first time Antifa is doing all of this. Remember in Charlottesville, in Charlottesville, Virginia, when the white supremacists took over to Charlottesville, Antifa was there, ready to fight, ready to knock some skulls in their heads. So what's one thing about them? They're well done. I don't think it's like a group from. It's like they. I mean, it's like a group that. I mean, they always wearing black. When you go on marching and protesting, when you see people that wearing black or wearing black masks or wearing black in general, that's Antifa. And what they do, they don't care if you're a white supremacist. That's one thing about Antifa. Antifa is ready to fight you. They don't care if it's day or night. They don't even care where you are. They're gonna be there, and they were ready to fight. They will knock skulls in their heads. So, so now you see what if for next time you go out on rallies, if you see a person wearing all black with black mask and black all of that, that's Antifa. Okay, our privacy is going to be even more invaded now. Big brother will. Yeah, that's true too. That's exactly true. Because YouTube are monitoring our platforms now. They're monitoring what we're saying, you know. But the thing of it is, sometimes we got to be very, very careful of what we put in our platforms, or what we put, because they gonna gonna censor you. No problem, Donna. So right now you got the Kentucky governor, you got all the governors across nationwide have already having curfews in major cities, and they having curfews now. Again, I'm just being completely honest. They can put curfews all they want to. I got a feeling they're gonna defy the order. What's good? What's good, Craig? What's good? Welcome to my YouTube live. Martial law. So what is happening, people, is that we're living at a time now that people had enough. They had enough of people been. Black people in this country, in the United States, because I know there's people here in Germany watching my videos, and thanks guys for even watching it around the world. But here in America, we've been going through this for decades. We've been going through this for decades. And a lot of people in America try to ignore our struggles. Look what happened with Trayvon Martin. Look what happened with John Crawford III, Tamir Rice, Laquan McDonald, Raquel Boyd, Elton Sterling, Fernando Castillo, Sandra Bland, Eric Gardner. Every incident we're going through with that, America ignores it. It took one big thing. We just went through Ahmaud Arbery. We just went through Breonna Taylor in Louisville, Kentucky. And now we're going through again with George Floyd. And it took George Floyd, that was the last draw. It was the last draw. Y'all, yeah, thank you, Miss Mohawk. Make sure you hit the like button, share this live, subscribe my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a lot of more news and commentaries later. I might do that tomorrow. But yes, share this live because I would love to talk to you, answer any questions you want to ask because I love you guys. I love you guys very much. But yeah, that's what happens when we're going through what we're going through in the last decades of police involved shootings of unarmed black men and women in this country. People try to sweep that under the rug. But they couldn't do it anymore because there's social media and videos. Well, I mean, people have cell phones now. They can record anything that anybody can do now and post it on YouTube or post it on their Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. They're not playing. Now, back in the days, they don't have that. They just have like mainstream media showing what's going on with protests and civil rights movements. Now, 2020, you got a cell phone, you got video cameras, bam. If it's a police involved shooting or if the incident happened, bam, and post it online. They're doing that on YouTube and World Star Hip Hop and other websites. They're not playing. And this is why people that, what we're seeing is that the generation, the millennials don't play. Okay, it said, do you think all this stuff happening, the way Trump handling it, will this affect his reelection? That's a good question because I think when you have, and you're right, the election is coming up real soon, and what is happening is that he's trying to change the narrative. He's trying to downplay everything that's happening. He's trying to get votes. One thing he don't want is losing the black vote. I'm talking about Donald Trump. He don't want to lose the black vote. So he's trying to play nice with black people right now. And we already know about the Candace Owens and the Diamond and Silks. They don't, most black woke people don't listen to them. And the thing of it is that, we don't, some black people still gonna vote for Joe Biden because they want Trump out. But real black people are trying to not vote for Biden because of what Biden has done. And remember, Joe Biden supports the 1994 crime bill. And black people don't forget that. So it's gonna be an interesting election. We're gonna see what happens, but I think that it's gonna be a tight election more than you think. It's going to be a real tight election. It's going to be too close to calls in every major state. Because the thing of it is, you got Donald Trump on one side, Joe Biden on the other side. It's only two parties. And I think, I guess, regardless, that, blacks are going to vote for Biden because, they're tired of Trump. They're really tired of Trump now. And obviously, it's going to be. We'll see what's going to happen. But speaking of elections, I think New Mexico has a primary coming up soon. I think if it's tomorrow or next week. I know we have a primary coming up real soon. So, but yeah, this is why I said that I think that a lot of people are waking up now more than ever. And the way this election is right now with the coronavirus going on, with the situation with George Floyd and the protesters, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a very interesting year. It's going to be a very interesting 2020. And I guarantee it's going to be more close than you think. It's going to go right down the wire between the two. It's going to be going right down the wire. So don't be surprised if November comes up, the election day comes up. It's going to be a tight race between the two. So yeah. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and my YouTube channel. I have a podcast called Roar on Your Podcast with Lions Den on Anchor, and you can catch that on your Apple, on your Apple Store or Google Play. If you have Android, go to Google Play. It's my podcast on there, and if you don't, you can download Spotify. I'm everywhere. Miss Mohawk. You know what? The thing with that is that, and I agree with you, Miss Mohawk. One mistake these candidates have made, they're not talking about reparations, the black agenda. Okay, Lion Women was popping champagne and saying Happy New Year 2020. Didn't have a clue what was in store. Yeah, we didn't have no idea what 2020 was about to happen. I think that we dropped the ball, especially with the coronavirus, because I knew what happened in China. It happened in Wuhan, China, by the way. And when the coronavirus happened, we haven't taken that seriously like we do right now, because it's happened in China. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But when people from the American citizens that from abroad came to America with the virus, that's when everything changes. Everything, our way of life, how we make it. I mean, it changes everything when it comes to when coronavirus hit here. Um, the coronavirus, basically once it hits Europe, Italy was hitting real hard at that time. I mean, people dying left and right in Italy. So it's really crazy, guys. It's really really crazy right now. So you have any other questions? Because I would love to hear from y'all. I mean, the thing of it is that I love you guys, and I'm glad you guys supported me through thick and thin. You know, so yeah, I'm getting Twitter as we speak. A lot of tweets going down about the protests in Minneapolis. It's reports now that the Minneapolis is still doing protests up there. So again, like I said, it ain't over because the three officers are still free, and they need to charge these officers along with the guy that killed George Floyd. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for your love, support, and prayers throughout everything I'm going through. I mean, I got the haters, but I love the haters too because it makes me even stronger. So, but yeah, these three officers are still free. And I heard a rumor that the Asian guy, the Asian officer that was standing in front of I mean, he was really standing right next to the officer that killed George Floyd. Rumor has it that he left Minnesota. I hope that's not true. Because believe I posted it on my Facebook. Now, if he left Minnesota, won't he become a fugitive? Because he's still under investigation, is involved in the murder of George Floyd. So if he left Minnesota, doesn't that make him a fugitive, even though he was a police officer? I don't know. Because that if he went to if he left Minnesota, it's gonna make things worse around here, around this country, a lot worse. Because it tells you that, it's going to be they're above the law and they can do whatever they want to do, you know, and try to, and you want to you want to basically leave the state of Minnesota, even though you're under a police investigation. Nah, let me take that back. You're under an FBI investigation. You still want to leave the state anonymously? Uh-uh. And you think what's going on is bad. Wow. Lion, did you hear the cop with getting divorced plus cop had? Yeah, I heard about that too. I heard that she didn't want to deal with him anymore, And so the cop who killed George Floyd, he's been through. He's been involved in police involved shootings before this incident happened. I heard that he's been involved with one person was shot. I don't know if he's alive or dead. I don't even remember. But he was involved with that too. And yes, he was on the suicide watch. They placed on the suicide watch because he felt like, but then if he does that, I mean, some people will like get good. We don't have to deal with him no more. But it doesn't close the fact that that the justice hasn't been served. We want justice for George Floyd. We want justice, and killing himself ain't gonna solve anything. It's gonna make them question like you're cowardly. Um, you doing the easy way out, doing a cowardly way out by killing yourself. So speaking of Antifa, have you heard that Donald Trump has issued Antifa calling them a terrorist group now? But here's what's so funny about that. If you want to talk about a terrorist, if you want to call Antifa a terrorist group, why can't they call it a white supremacist that stormed into the Michigan State Capitol with AR-15s, with weapons? Are they a terrorist group to you too? Are they a terrorist group? If you storm in the Michigan State Capitol with arms, at least with the Black Panthers, even though in the 60s, and that's why, Ronald Reagan was governor at the time, the governor of California. And when the Black Panthers stormed in the California State House, California State Capitol, do you know after that, when basically Ronald Reagan changed, because remember before that incident happened, California used to be an open carry state. Ever since the Black Panthers came in there storming, and their guns wasn't even loaded, their weapons wasn't even loaded. But Ronald Reagan changing policies about now, they will not let black people carrying guns in the state of California after Ronald Reagan made some changes about the open carry state. So with this white supremacist groups, their guns were loaded. They were armed. Their guns were literally loaded. And you know how police officers basically didn't move a muscle? Yeah, all them white supremacist groups yelling at them constantly, they didn't move a muscle. They just standing there. But when we have protests and everything, you saw differences with that. You see police officers using pepper sprays, using tear gas, rubber bullets on protesters. But it didn't happen with the white supremacists in Michigan. And they were there once to reopen their cities and state. And then basically, did you see a black? She's one of the Michigan state congresswoman, and she feared that they threatened her, so they escorted by black militia. They escorted by black militias with guns, escorted her to the Michigan State Capitol for protection. So what we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is it's just 2020 so far. It was crazy. I'm ready to look forward to 2021 because 2020 so far is crazy. You're dealing with coronavirus. Now you're dealing with riots and protests after the death of George Floyd. A lot of stuff is happening. But yeah, that is literally crazy, guys. So any other questions, comments? I would love to answer them. I'm glad this week is the first week in June. Okay, your opinion on Dutchland, coronavirus is our country. Oh wow, Germany, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, Donna. The 2020 graduates. It's really sad that they have to graduate and sending their diplomas by mail. You know, I mean, here in New Mexico, what they do, and I don't know what's going on in your city and state, but here in New Mexico, when it comes to high school graduates, they place a poster of their picture in front of their homes, and they driving through their homes, honk the horns, and throw balloons and celebrate, and give their support. And there's celebrities like Neil Patrick Harris, Doogie Howser, Neil Patrick Harris, because he's from New Mexico. He made a comment supporting, supporting the graduates, as well as other celebrities supporting the graduates. So, it's I feel so sad for the graduates this year that they can't even graduate like everybody else in the past. Um, but other than that, it's I'm just glad that they graduated, but I just wish they did it the original way instead of doing it at home. I mean, that's just crazy, with COVID-19 going on and graduates can't even graduate, like everybody else. That's crazy. Wow, New York governor getting married on Zoom? Okay, what's good? Still here in New Mexico. What's right seen up north? You know what? I'm glad you brought it up because it's crazy here in Albuquerque. This morning I just got off from work. Because I know people just coming in from everywhere. I just got off from work and I saw. I mean, Albuquerque downtown. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. Police basically on every block, closed down every block. Um, and you see graffiti, big graffiti of F the police. You see graffiti of Black Lives Matter. You see graffiti everywhere. Kill cops. It was crazy in Albuquerque. It was literally crazy. And I see smashing windows from a hotel was right across. It was crazy here in Albuquerque. It was literally crazy. Wow, I used to live on Earbank in Spain. Wow, yeah. It's crazy, man. It's just basically crazy around here. But yeah, because I heard that Santa Fe is also just as crazy too. That's what I heard. But and for those of you that just joined my live, here in New Mexico, June 1st, which is today, they're planning on reopening all the major stores, shopping malls, hair salons, restaurants, you name it, they reopen it. I think they're gonna open movie theaters too, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure about movie theaters. But other than that, they are reopening it. Yeah. So, I'm also doing a story. Um, okay, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. President Trump, your president, is now uploading the National Guard across America, which means that they're going to send additional U.S. National Guards on every major city that's when riots happened. I just read my Twitter feed just now. So it's crazy, guys. And it also shows right now, see, New York only do drive-through movies. I think the drive-in is coming back anyway because they miss the outdoors watching movies from the outside. So drive-in movies is coming right back. Yeah, they're coming back. But yeah, it's crazy, guys. Okay, you want to repeat the tweet, Donna? Okay. I just read a tweet. I just put it was on my phone just a few minutes ago that Donald Trump as plan on using the National Guard to send, in other words, send out every major city after the riots. I guess he's probably just tired of the craziness going on across this country. So he's making sure that the National Guard will be in every major U.S. city. If it gets too crazy in Albuquerque, you can chill and burn some trees down. Oh boy. Oh wow. But tomorrow I'm thinking about going to Santa Fe to check Santa Fe out. Um, and since it's reopening now here in New Mexico, I am definitely going to check out Santa Fe, see what's good over there, because I know Santa Fe is on and popping over there. Oh boy, some dogs barking. I have neighbors that have dogs, so I guess that's them. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a park behind me, and normally that's what bring people to bring their dogs or bring everything. It's because this is really a nice park, but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Trump is sending the National Guard to every U.S. cities that was participating in the riots. And of course, George Floyd's brother, rightfully so, in my opinion, guys. George Floyd's brother is trying to get a first degree murder charge against this killer cop, and rightfully so. Third degree murder ain't nothing. Third degree manslaughter ain't nothing. Ain't worth the whatever. It's gonna spend like a few years and plus really a slap on the wrist and bam. Because if it's anybody else, I guarantee you they will throw a book at him in a second. But yeah, make sure you share this live stream. Um, in Philadelphia, guys, they're still protesting over there. Third day of protesting in Philly. Philadelphia, man, they were routed over there. I see pictures of what's going on in Philly. It's Oh wow, it's crazy. It's really really crazy. Oh, crazy people in this world. I'm telling you, boy. So, is there any other questions you could ask me? I am really open for it because I'm enjoying this live stream. That's Yeah, Philly. Oh wow, look. My phone is something else. I apologize, guys. No, my phone went dead, so I have to charge my phone up. So I'm back now. So I'm back now. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy. You know that things didn't turn out really really out of control. It could have, but it didn't. So, is there any other questions you guys would ask? Oh, and make sure you like this live stream, share this live stream. Follow me on Twitter at. Oh yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter at the Real Lions Den because I do more trash talking and more stories on Twitter and on Facebook. So I want you guys to check me out on Twitter and Facebook. And I definitely want you guys. So yeah, my phone died on me, man, and I was like, oh no. But yeah, make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel. Where yeah, and make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel. I do news and commentary there. Um, I'm gonna do a lot of projects probably in the future as well. So I may travel a lot, depending on whenever COVID-19 dies down. But the way situation is right now, I don't know if they're gonna die down anytime soon. I mean, when it comes to rioting, protesting, before then, people go on beaches crowded like they did on Memorial Day. It was crowded on those beaches. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I mean, make sure you like this, subscribe this live stream, people. I basically love you guys to do it. Yeah, Donna. Anytime, anytime. But remember, like I told you about Antifa, when you see people that wear black and cover up their faces, that march and protest, that's Antifa. And one thing about Antifa, they ready to fight. They don't care if you are a biker gang or a white supremacist. They ready to fight you. They don't care where and when. They're ready to fight. Hey, Wise. Welcome, Wise. But yeah, just make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter at The Real Lions Den. Follow my Instagram at Instagram.com/the_real_lions_den2. And add me on Snapchat at LionsDen39. And again, make sure you follow me on my podcast. It's Roar on Your Podcast with Lions Den on Anchor, Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Play, and other devices. Yeah, Wise, you miss a treat. I've been through a lot this morning. I was gonna go to sleep, but I just got to tell you guys what happened to me early this morning when I was in Albuquerque. It was crazy. It was literally crazy. I even posted a Facebook Live of the situation there. But yeah, um, but ladies and gentlemen, I might just, let's say, I hope last night was the end of the rioting. I hope so too, Donna. But don't count, but never say never. Never say never. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. I enjoyed this live stream talking to you guys. Um, Make sure you tell your friends, your family members about me. Make sure you subscribe my YouTube channel. Um, they tore up the Yuga store. Wow. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe my YouTube channel, and make sure you follow me on all my social media, on Twitter at the Real Lions Den, Facebook www.facebook.com/the Real Lions Den, Instagram Instagram.com/the_real_lions_den2. Add me on Snapchat at LionsDen39, and so I love you guys. Stay safe and stay safe with coronavirus, as well as, be careful if you decide to go to the rallies. Be careful, stay safe, and hopefully you guys have a blessed Monday. Take care, guys. Deuces.